Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Welcome back to part 3 of the WWE 2K20 Intercontinental Championship Mega Tournament, where we have 4 tournaments of 8 people taking part to see who wins each version of the belt that are in the game. We have 4 versions of the belt. We have the white strap, yellow strap, black strap, and the attitude design, which I'm going to talk about a little bit in the next video. But every Friday we have an Intercontinental Championship tournament, taking Intercontinental champions from the past and all culminating in these matches. So last tournament didn't end the way that I had planned. Oh wow, that's loud. But we have 4 Intercontinental Championship first round matches. Current Intercontinental Champion, at least at the time of recording, Shinsuke Nakamura fighting former Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens. At least I think Kevin Owens held the title, didn't he not? I think Kevin Owens, he held the United States title. I know that for a fact. I don't remember if he was the Intercontinental Champion at one point. I'm going to be double checking that right now. But then we also have Ric Flair taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin. We have The Rock taking on Rey Mysterio in what should be a really good match. Yes, he did win the Intercontinental. Kevin Owens did win a couple times. And then Kofi Kingston versus this man, Christian. Now, we're going to get started right away. Christian really messed up my last tournament. He came out in the main event match, which, if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check out. But he messed up. He came out and cost one of the people participating the winning spot. And now Christian, this man right here, is going to be competing in this tournament once again.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making his way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 227 pounds,
Christian making his way to the ring, making waves, attacking one of the competitors in the previous tournament. If you have not seen the tournament, I'm about to spoil both of the tournament winners in this video. So if you haven't heard it, click off this video in 3, 2, 1. Ultimate Warrior and Randy Orton won their respective tournaments. The last tournament, Randy Orton defeated Booker T in the finals, thanks to help from Christian. As to why Christian did this, I have no idea why. But he is competing now in this match, where he is fighting against arguably a man who's had a historic year that came to a crashing end. He is fighting Kofi Kingston. But Christian is here tonight, and he is fighting for the Intercontinental Championship black strap. I'm going to call the other championship that hasn't been rewarded yet the Globe bracket. So we're in the black strap bracket.
Oh, WWE Universe! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your longest reigning tag champs and feel the power!
And here is arguably one of the most decorated athletes in the WWE, Kofi Kingston, making his way to the ring with his New Day pancakes.
Representing the New Day from Ghana, West Africa, weighing in at 212 pounds, Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston is a Grand Slam champion. He has won the United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, multi-time tag team championships. In fact, holding the title longer than anybody else in cumulative reigns. And now he is a former WWE World Heavyweight Champion. when he defeated Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35 to win the title. And what, if one thing Kofi Kingston is known for, is his endurance. And in order to take part in this tournament and to do well in this tournament, you have to be able to endure. So here, representing the New Day, Kofi Kingston. The crowd chanting for Christian, but Kofi Mania running wild here tonight. Here we go, Christian with a just straight up punch to Kofi Kingston, sending Kofi into the corner. Christian's got Kofi up. Shot to the gut. Now, this match could go either way. Both men are decorative athletes, have won multiple championships. Oh man, what a shot. Christian throwing Kofi into the corner. And now he's in a tree of woe position. Christian's just wrenching on the face of Kofi Kingston. One has to wonder what be going through Christian's mind as he goes through this tournament. Christian, a former 4-time Intercontinental Champion. Slamming to the face of Christian. Kofi Kingston is taking control. Christian could be looking for the kill switch, but Kofi could also be looking for Trouble in Paradise. Both move. Trouble in Paradise seems to be more difficult to avoid because it can literally come out of nowhere. Oh man. Kofi Kingston crashing and burning on the outside. Both men to their feet. Now Kofi bouncing Christian off the ropes. Going for a kick, but Christian counters. Christian the veteran, but Kofi Kingston has also spent quite a deal of time in the ring. And Kofi straight to the outside. Christian slides on the outside. And now takes Christian takes Kofi down with a crucifix bomb. Drop toe hold. Christian and Kofi here at the WrestleMania 34 arena. Slamming Christian into the corner. Oh, here we go again. And Kofi Kingston off the rope. Off the turnbuckle, sorry. Not even the turnbuckle, the post. That's what I'm trying to say. Count of 6 on the outside.
7.
Christian and Kofi Kingston have done battle before, surprisingly enough, for the Intercontinental Championship. Took place on SmackDown in May of 2010. Almost a decade ago. But now these two locking horns once again. Christian up top. Superplex. Oh man. Christian. Reverse DDT. Kofi Kingston's down. Cover. 2. And Kingston just barely gets the shoulder up. They actually took part in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. And Kofi Kingston had beaten Christian. They're both in a tournament again, this time in the first round. 1, 2, kick out. Kofi manages to get the shoulder up. I'm sorry, I was looking back at my thing. I might have missed Christian hitting finishing move. Christian in control. Dragging Kofi Kingston, but Kofi is up. Oh man! What a shot. Sending Christian down to the floor. Both men have the support of this crowd. Wrenching Christian. Now Kofi could be looking. Trouble in paradise, maybe. No. Drop kick. Christian's getting dragged to the center of the ring. And dragging Christian with a monkey flip. Kofi is on fire here. Kofi Mania is running wild. Into the corner goes Christian. Uh-oh. Dropping. Kicking Cody Rhodes in the... Cody Rhodes. Oh, Christian got down with the Trouble in Paradise. Will this be it for Christian? 1, 2, 3. Kofi Kingston advances, much to the chagrin of Christian. A reverse DDT, and Christian almost had it there, but he also hit the kill switch on Kofi. He couldn't get the job done, but Kofi Kingston with a Trouble in Paradise, and Christian is down like a sack of potatoes. Kofi Kingston advances to the next round. Congratulations to Kofi Kingston. Now he will be having a very tough task in the next match. He is fighting one of the greats. He's either fighting The Rock or he will be fighting Rey Mysterio. I don't think this match has ever happened. I'm pretty sure this is a first time matchup. The Rock versus Rey Mysterio. And it's a match I never knew I wanted until I saw it on the screen right now in front of me. The Rock and Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania taking part in what can only be described as a dream match. And here comes The Rock, the People's Champion. I didn't realize the audio was that bad. I didn't realize why it's so loud. Alright. So, here comes The Rock, the People's Champion. The man who arguably is one of the greatest entertainers, not just in sports, but in movies and in entertainment today. The most electrifying man in all of entertainment, The Rock, former Intercontinental Champion, is here to stay. And he is looking to move on and not only immortalize himself in another way by winning this tournament, but by proving that that Intercontinental Championship reign was completely necessary in order to skyrocket him to the heights that he is in today. The highest paid actor today. One of the guys who's in almost any movie. If you go to any cinema, you are almost guaranteed to see something that has to do with this man, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And The Rock is here at Mania 34. His boots laced one more time in front of the millions and millions of The Rock's fans. And here comes the ultimate underdog. And he's definitely living up to that name tonight. Rey Mysterio, the master of the 619, is here in the Intercontinental Championship Tournament.
From San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio!
Well, I was watching when Rey Mysterio beat JBL in a matter of 25 seconds at WrestleMania 25 to win the Intercontinental Championship for the first time. And I can only tell you, he's like a fine wine. He got better with age. And Mysterio can keep up with anybody. First time matchup. The People's Champion. The Master of the 619. It's about to go down right now. The bell rings. And they lock up in the center of the ring. The Rock holding down to Rey Mysterio's head. Off the ropes. Mysterio with an arm drag. Mysterio dropping The Rock. And you have to think that the longer this match goes, the more it might benefit The Rock. DDT. The People's Champion in firm effect. In full swing. Samoa drop. Dropping Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is getting beat down on by The Rock. And wrenching on the head of Rey Mysterio. Mysterio down. But Mysterio starts to fight out of it. And what a maneuver by Mysterio with the Bulldog. Sending The Rock face first. One has to wonder what's going through either of these men's mind. Rey Mysterio definitely living up to that ultimate underdog moniker today, because I feel like most of you watching this at home believe The Rock is going to win. But Mysterio definitely has a chance. Mysterio didn't get to this point in his career by just giving up on these challenges. He has more heart than a lot of other people in the business. The Rock throwing Mysterio back in off the apron. And the Great One is in firm control, sending Rey Mysterio into the corner. Rock definitely at the height advantage, but Mysterio is in the speed advantage. The Rock counters Mysterio's Bulldog once again. Elbow to the head. Mysterio is down. Well, not for long. Rock got him up. Samoan drop. Planning Mysterio. One of the biggest adversaries The Rock has ever had is Stone Cold Steve Austin, who is also fighting in this tournament on the opposite side of the bracket. Uh-oh. The Rock could be thinking it's time to put Mysterio away. Off the ropes. People's elbow. And The Rock is over Mysterio. 2. And Mysterio kicks out. Mysterio is down, but The Rock is picking him up. Mysterio fighting back. Uh-oh. Mysterio could be thinking it. Off the ropes. Oh, no. He wasn't thinking it. Rock counters with a big shoulder tackle. Oh, Mysterio with the counter. Bulldog. And The Rock is up on his feet. Wrenching on that leg. Spinebuster. And Mysterio is down. Mysterio's down in the center of the ring. Could that be it? 2. And the Mysterio manages to get the shoulder up. Could be thinking rock bottom time, but no. Mysterio has The Rock in the corner. And The Rock, rock bottom. Mysterio is down and out. 1, 2, and Mysterio somehow, some way, manages to kick out again. The Rock's got an abdominal stretch on Mysterio. Will Mysterio tap out? Will Mysterio give up? The Rock has been working on that midsection the majority of the match. Rock lets him out. Oh, Mysterio. Dropping The Rock flat on his face. And The Rock to the outside. Mysterio off the ropes. Drop kick through the ropes. What a move by Mysterio. DDT in the center of the ring. Enzuigiri. Mysterio has taken control of this match. Wrenching on the leg of The Rock. Like I said, you can't count out Mysterio. Hurricanrana. And The Rock rolls to the outside. Smart move. Rock gets back in the ring. So does Mysterio. The Rock kick to the gut. DDT. And The Rock is in firm control. Wrenching on the head of Mysterio. What could The Rock be thinking here? Not much, because he's on the outside. But Mysterio. Sunset Fit Power Bomb. The Rock smacking against the concrete. And The Rock's back in the ring. Mysterio not wasting any time. Mysterio going for the drop kick. Rock counters. And Mysterio with a counter of his own. The Rock punches Mysterio in the face. It goes for a big move, but Mysterio moves just out of the way. The Rock is down on the outside, and Mysterio looking to pick up the pieces. Mysterio picking up The Rock and telling him, come back in the ring, let's finish what we started. Oh man, The Rock with a knee to Rey Mysterio. And Mysterio throwing The Rock back in. Float over DDT. Rock drops Mysterio. Mysterio is in the corner. Oh, what a punch from The Rock. Stepping on the chest of Mysterio. Mysterio is down. Spine buster. Mysterio has to be down and out here. 1, 2, and Mysterio kicks out again. Rock picking up the dead weight of Mysterio. Rock bottom. The Rock dragging Mysterio to the center of the ring. So that way he can't get the ropes. And it's over. The Rock moves on. What a back and forth match. Rey Mysterio looked to be down and out multiple times. But Mysterio kept on. The Rock advances to the next round where he will fight Kofi Kingston, who making his way in the tournament. Next up, we have 2 more first round matchups here. These are the longest matchups because these are the people who have most to give. Ric Flair and Stone Cold Steve Austin fighting 1-on-1 in the ring. I don't remember if these two fought. I believe they have in WCW. before. They must have fought a couple different times. I know they fought on Raw one time. And here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making his way to the ring from Victoria, Texas. Weighing in at 252 pounds. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is coming into this not wrestling for I don't know how long, but he's still one of the toughest SOBs in WWE and wrestling history, period. Stone Cold Steve Austin is here in front of a packed house tonight to take on arguably one of the greatest of all time as well, Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. Stone Cold Steve Austin patiently waiting in the ring. And here comes Ric Flair. 16-time world champion. Making his way down to the ring at WrestleMania.
From Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
The limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing son of a gun is here in this tournament. I expect a brutal brawler meeting a submission specialist. Ric Flair. Ric Flair and Stone Cold have met once on Monday Night Raw before, in the 2002 era. But now, Stone Cold and Ric Flair set to have an old school wrestling match here. Ric Flair has got Stone Cold a pile driver immediately. Stone Cold, that's a move that almost ended Stone Cold's career. A pile driver, a messed up tombstone, but a pile driver nonetheless. And a bulldog on Ric Flair. Stone Cold slamming Ric Flair's face into the canvas. And Stone Cold showing Ric Flair exactly why he's one of the greatest of all time. Stone Cold has Ric Flair on the apron. And now bringing him back in the ring, and a kick to the back. Stone Cold dragging Ric Flair to the center of the ring, kind of stomping on the arm. Oh, Ric Flair with a kick to the face. One man was the living, breathing embodiment of the WWE. The other, the living, breathing embodiment of WCW during this time. And now these two are doing battle right here in the center of the ring. This is truly an awesome moment. Ric Flair has got Stone Cold now by the tights. Stone Cold is up in the air, but countered with a big clothesline to Ric Flair. And a big knee to the face by Stone Cold. Stone Cold's got Ric Flair up, slamming him on his knee. Clothesline to the back, and Flair is down in the ring. To a very solid style. Stone Cold taking Ric Flair to his limits into the corner. Ric Flair, though, got Stone Cold in the corner. up top. What could Ric Flair be thinking? Arm drag from the top rope. Ric Flair moving back like it's 1990 again. Stone Cold. Stunner! Stunner from out of nowhere. 2. And Ric Flair gets the shoulder up. Stone Cold with the stunner. And now he's got the $1 Million Dream locked in. Will Ric Flair submit? Ric Flair, no, he doesn't submit. Throws Stone Cold over. Sending Steve Austin down. Uh-oh. Ric Flair, pile driver again. Stone Cold is down. Ric Flair. Oh, what a chop to the chest. Another one. And now Ric Flair could be thinking figure 4. And figure 4 in the center of the ring. Will Steve Austin tap out? But no. Stone Cold just punches right out of it. And now Stone Cold with a pile driver of his own. Pile drivers galore in this match. Steve Austin slamming Ric Flair across his knee. Thesz press punching Ric Flair in the face numerous times. Ric Flair is down. Will he win? Will Stone Cold win? And a kick out at 1. Stone Cold's got him up. Stunner! And Ric Flair was down, but for a moment, Stone Cold had him down. What did he do that for? Jawbreaker. Cover 1 and a kick out at 1. Stone Cold almost had that. He had that match won. Why did he pick Ric Flair back up? I'm very confused about this right now, ladies and gentlemen, but regardless, Ric Flair's got Steve Austin up. Jawbreaker on the Nature Boy. Steve Austin now wrenching on Ric Flair's neck. Stone Cold going for a gut wrench, but Ric Flair counters. Brilliant maneuverability by both men here. Ric Flair with the Flair knee drop to the face of Austin. Cover. 2 count and 3. Ric Flair puts him away. Ric Flair has put away Steve Austin because he did not capitalize on a Stone Cold stunner. After that Thesz pass, Stone Cold had hit the stunner, but Ric Flair won with a knee drop to the head.
Here is your winner, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
One would think that Steve Austin cost himself that match by not capitalizing, but in the end, Ric Flair moves on in the tournament. And we are going to see a definite first time ever matchup. It is going to be Ric Flair versus either Shinsuke Nakamura or Kevin Owens. Nakamura, the current time Intercontinental Champion at the time of this recording. Kevin Owens is a former 2-time Intercontinental Champion in his own right. Both of these men have fought before. We're going to get to that here in a second. But for now, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, right here, right now. And here comes the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura, making his presence felt here tonight in this tournament, making his way to the ring. Here, one of the most charismatic superstars in wrestling history.
Contest is a championship 120 pounds. He is the artist known as Shinsuke
Shinsuke
Nakamura.
Nakamura came into wrestling with so much promise, and now he will be in this tournament, and hopefully the King of Strong Style advances at least a little. Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the most hard-hitting strikers in wrestling. Shinsuke is ready for a fight here tonight. And here comes the man that is trying to dethrone the King of Strong Style. And it's his show now. Kevin Owens.
And his
Here.
opponent from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds,
Kevin
Kevin Owens.
Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura have done battle before. Most notably, in my mind, is when Kevin Steen fought Shinsuke Nakamura at a Ring of Honor show. I remember watching that match, and it was one of the most entertaining wrestling matches I've seen. If you have not checked it out, go ahead and find it. It is on YouTube right now. But Kevin Owens is here to do battle with Shinsuke Nakamura once again. Soaking it all in. This is Kevin Owens' potential moment. Whoever wins this match goes on to fight Ric Flair, one of the greatest of all time. Here's the King of Strawberry. The King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. And Kevin Owens. Shinsuke wrenching down on the head of Kevin Owens. Oh, man. Shinsuke is going to be very strike-based. Owens is going to be more of a brawler and a grappler. And just using his overall power to take out Shinsuke. Shinsuke with a punch to the gut of Kevin Owens. Going for a knee, misses, but Kevin Owens has got him up and going for snake eyes in the corner. Kevin Owens just driving his foot to Shinsuke Nakamura. Now Owens got him up, slamming his leg and doing a big senton onto Shinsuke. Owens with a big super kick. And this match so far has been back and forth, but Nakamura with a knee to the stomach. These two have each other really well scouted. Nakamura's had a rough time since coming up to main roster. He did win the Royal Rumble. And he had so much promise, but since then he has kind of went back and forth winning the United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship. Meanwhile, Kevin Owens, a former Universal Champion. Both men have held NXT Gold in the past. And who could forget that Shinsuke Nakamura debuted against Kevin Owens' best friend, Sami Zayn, at TakeOver Dallas. In, I believe, either 2015 or 2016. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. But anyways, Shinsuke Nakamura, top rope, could be thinking superplex. Oh, man. And Kevin Owens is down. Kick to the gut. Shinsuke sending Owens down to the floor. Nakamura working over Owens. These two are so evenly matched up here. Kevin fighting back. Elbows to the face. Clothesline. And Nakamura's down. Cover. And a kick out at 1. Kevin Owens is going to need to do a little bit more work in order to beat Shinsuke Nakamura like that. But Shinsuke is in the corner. Uh-oh. Kevin Owens. Cannonball in the corner. Driving all of his weight into Nakamura's face to cover. 2 and a kick out at 2. Shinsuke stays alive. Owens has got him up. Pop up. Power bomb. And Nakamura is down, but Kevin Owens does not capitalize. What is happening here? Jerry Lawler? Why is Jerry Lawler attacking Owens? Shinsuke Nakamura, armbar. Kevin Owens could be in trouble. Kevin Owens momentarily distracted. And now Lawler's just gone. Okay. Okay, Jerry. Oh, man. Jawbreaker here. Drop kick from Shinsuke Nakamura. Dragging Kevin Owens into the center of the ring. Shinsuke Kinshasa. That could be all she wrote for Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens kicks out. Somehow Owens manages to get the shoulder up. Oh, man. But Shinsuke is still capitalizing. He doesn't have time to think about it. He just has to keep on Owens. Owens got Shinsuke up. Samoan drop onto the concrete. Kevin Owens and Shinsuke on the outside. Shinsuke's got Kevin Owens' arm. Oh, man. Shinsuke went dangerously close to those steps. Shinsuke taunting now. Remember, in these tournaments, if there is a draw, we go to referee decision. Kevin Owens. Clothesline. Shinsuke is down. A count of 8. Can Kevin Owens get back in the ring? A count of 9. And no, these men are both counted out. It is a draw, but we cannot end on a draw. So what happens is, unless this match is the finals and it's a draw, we go to a referee's decision on who had more of a force in that match. And the winner by referee decision is Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura and Flair, The Rock and Kofi taking part in the semifinal round. 2 matches we never thought we'd see. It's current day generation versus the stars of the WWE history. And now, Kofi Kingston, The Rock, taking one more step to being crowned possibly the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your longest reigning tag champs and feel the power.
Kofi Kingston, after a hard-fought match with Christian, looks to win the championship, the Intercontinental Championship once again. Oh, The Rock! What is The Rock doing? No way! The Rock is attacking Kofi Kingston. I think he just busted him open right there. Come on! The Rock getting a head start on Kofi Kingston. Oh my gosh. What did Kofi do to deserve this? But no, Kofi's fighting back. They're ringside now. Kofi and The Rock. Kofi gets The Rock in the ring. What did Kofi Kingston do to deserve this? And the bell rings. Kofi hasn't had time to even change. Body slam. And Kofi has The Rock down. The crowd can't believe it. There's no real reason why The Rock should have attacked Kofi Kingston that way. Hung up on the top rope. Kofi Kingston now. Russian leg sweep. This could come back to bite The Rock. And The Rock rolls to the outside. Kofi Kingston in control. Oh man, The Rock with a big clothesline taking down Kofi. And now just beating on Kofi. You have to think The Rock felt threatened by Kofi because of the way that he started this matchup. By blindsiding Kofi, attacking him from behind. Now The Rock has him down for the sharpshooter. Will Kofi tap out? Will Kofi submit? He has no choice to submit to the sharpshooter. The Rock puts Kofi away. What a despicable act by The Rock, but you cannot deny the results. The Rock maintains his chance in the finals. The Rock moves on to fight either Shinsuke Nakamura or Ric Flair. Here we go. Here we have one more semifinal matchup. Ric Flair versus Shinsuke Nakamura. A match that nobody really has ever thought of as a possible dream match. But the King of Strong Style versus one of the greatest of all time, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. In a match for the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Ric Flair making his way to the ring. Styling and profiling as always.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Nature Boy,
Ric Flair had a hard-fought match against Stone Cold Steve Austin, but in the end, Stone Cold cost himself the match by not capitalizing. Ric Flair still has to fight a relatively fresh Shinsuke Nakamura in this matchup. Ric Flair styling and profiling as always. But now, the King of Strong Style makes his way to the ring. Shinsuke Nakamura is ready for a fight once again. Shinsuke had a hard-fought match against Kevin Owens, ended in a referee decision.
and his opponent from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura.
Now, this is odd, to say the least. This is an odd pairing, but I feel like this could actually turn out to be a really good match. And we need one of those given the heinous actions of The Rock in the previous bout. Shinsuke Nakamura, again, very charismatically entering the ring. When he enters the ring, the spotlight is on him. And the bell rings. And Nakamura taking it to Flair. But Flair counters. Ric Flair's got Shinsuke in the corner. Double underhook suplex. Throwing Shinsuke Nakamura pretty much a full distance across the ring. Ric Flair is not giving Nakamura a time to breathe. Pile driver! And Nakamura lands right on his head. Ric Flair just staring a hole through Nakamura. Wrenching on the arm. Whoever gets to fight The Rock in this next match has to deal with the relative ease that The Rock won the last match in. And will be worse for wear going into it. Here comes Stone. Oh, man. What a pile driver from Ric Flair. And Shinsuke Nakamura is having his abdomen wrenched here. But Nakamura counters with an arm drag to the Nature Boy. Shinsuke rolling him into the center of the ring. Kick to the back. Nakamura now. Got Ric Flair up, but Ric Flair is dragging Shinsuke to the center of the ring. Ric Flair stepping back. Knee drop to the face. Shinsuke is down. Cover 1, 2, and no. Shinsuke stays alive. Ric Flair dragging Nakamura to the center of the ring. Could be looking for figure 4. Ric Flair with the woo. Figure 4 locked in. Will Shinsuke tap? Will Shinsuke Nakamura tap out to the figure 4? But no, Shinsuke reverses it. Reverses it, and Ric Flair has to release. Damaging delays could be bad for Shinsuke, because his own finishing move is the Kinshasa. Cover. 1, 2. And a kick out at 2 from Ric Flair. Ric Flair now is trapped by Shinsuke. Shinsuke busts him open. Ric Flair and Shinsuke back and forth. Uh-oh. Exploder suplex. And Nakamura has Ric Flair right where he wants him. Going for the pin. Ric Flair is down. 1, 2, and a kick out by Ric Flair. Nakamura. Kinshasa. And Ric Flair being dragged to the center of the ring. Should be all over. But Shinsuke Nakamura not capitalizing. And a cover. Now, Ric Flair is down. 2, 3. Nakamura snapping the arm of Ric Flair for good measure. Knee drop was almost enough to put Shinsuke away, but Shinsuke with a exploder suplex and a Kinshasa later, as well as snapping the arm of Ric Flair, wins the match. Nakamura has made it to the finals. It is Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Rock for the Intercontinental Championship. And say what you will about how either man got there. This is a matchup for the ages. The black strap Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Shinsuke Nakamura in one corner. The Rock in the other. One has to wonder how much either man has left in the tank. And here comes the great one. Or at least that's what I would be calling him.
Contest is the final in the championship tournament. And is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
The Rocky chants are coming unglued.
From Miami, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds,
The Rock making his way down the ramp. He had a bit of a controversial way to start this. The Rock defeated in the first round. In the first round, who did The Rock even fight? I forgot who he fought for a second. Wow, I'm blanking out on who he even fought. Wow. Alright. Well, in any case, The Rock won his last match after defeating Kofi Kingston after attacking him before the bell. And now he is set to fight Shinsuke Nakamura here. The Rock now. One of the most charismatic superstars meeting another charismatic superstar in Shinsuke Nakamura. The Rock is definitely on prime form here. Oh, that's right. The Rock beat Mysterio. The Rock beat Mysterio and then beat Kofi Kingston. Shinsuke Nakamura also making his presence felt in this tournament as well by defeating Kevin Owens via referee decision, but then also defeating Ric Flair with a Kinshasa to the face. And the current Intercontinental Champion has a chance to be considered one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time.
and his opponent from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura making his way to the ring for the next round in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. Recently changing the belt design to something that's actually quite beautiful. Not to say that the old designs weren't beautiful, but I do love the new Intercontinental Championship design in any case. Nakamura proving why he is the current Intercontinental Champion, especially with a matchup this caliber. Think about the finals of the last two matches. We had the "You Still Got It" chants. The Intercontinental Championship on the line. The Rock and Shinsuke Nakamura. It's about to go down right now. The King of Strong Style versus the Great One here in WWE 2K20 for the Intercontinental Championship. The Rock wrenching on Shinsuke Nakamura now. Abdominal stretch incoming. And a big arm drag. The first finals came down to Triple H and Ultimate Warrior. The second finals came down to Randy Orton and Booker T. But now the third final is coming down to The Rock and Shinsuke. But what's happening? Why are the lights out? It's The Undertaker! What is The Undertaker doing here? The Undertaker just choked out Nakamura. But why? And Nakamura stays in it, but what happened? Why was that the thing? The Rock now taking it to Shinsuke, taking the fight to Shinsuke, but Shinsuke responding in kind. The lights went out, and when they came back on, The Undertaker was in the ring. Clothesline from The Rock. What's Rusev doing out here now? Rusev had trouble with The Rock before, though. Machka kick! And Nakamura crawling to the cover. Rock is down and a kick out. What is happening in this match? First, The Undertaker interferes and chokes out Shinsuke. Now Rusev interferes and Machka kicks The Rock. I don't understand. I think Rusev saw in the back what happened and is coming to the aid of his friend. Nakamura wrenching on the arm, sending The Rock's arm back. Nakamura suplex, but Rock counters. Clothesline. And Shinsuke is down. Going for maybe the sharpshooter. Sharpshooter time. Nakamura is trapped. Will Nakamura tap out to the sharpshooter? And he does. The Rock wins. It was a valiant effort by Shinsuke Nakamura, but in the end, The Rock is now in the championship picture. Look at this. Undertaker choking out Nakamura. You thought that was going to be it for Nakamura, but it wasn't. You thought that this was going to be it for The Rock after the Machka kick. But in the end, Nakamura had to tap out, had to submit to the sharpshooter from The Rock. The Rock is now the Intercontinental Champion, holding the same strap that he did when he first won the title. Now we have 3 Intercontinental Champions, the Ultimate Warrior, The Rock, and Randy Orton. In the tournament finals, we have 1 tournament to go, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Michael Cruz. You've been watching Cruz Productions. Thank you for watching. This has been The Rock. This has been the Intercontinental Championship Mega Tournament. See you next week for the final tournament.